Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Justin Anthony and I'm one of the founders of Artwork Archive. For those of you who aren't familiar, Artwork Archive is an inventory management system that's used by artists, collectors, and organizations around the world. And for today's webinar, we're going to be focusing specifically on how organizations of all types can use Artwork Archive to organize and manage all aspects of their collection. Some of this will be centered around inventory management, but we're also going to be touching on how you can use the system for location and contact management, acquisition information, reports for insurance and accounting, and some other features that can save you significant time and effort when managing your collection. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to be using a generic company account. Our customer base spans countless industries, including corporations, hospitals, airports, universities, and municipalities. But this particular account is just an easy way to give an overview of the general features. We're going to start here on the Pieces page, as this is the first page you'll interact with when logging in. And the Pieces page gives you the ability to access any information regarding the works in your collection quickly. I am currently in list view, and that's my personal preference because I like seeing more data at once, but we also have a gallery view for those of you who want a more visual representation, which can be accessed here. And then you'll see images arranged in a grid, or a presentation mode, which is really handy when presenting your collection on the go, or if, say, you are on a mobile device. So let me hop back into list view. So back on the Pieces page, I've got a number of ways to access information I'm looking for. We've got the general search bar here. We've got a sort function here, which will allow me to sort this information in a number of different ways. And we've also got this powerful filtering system, which enables me to get to exactly what I'm looking for quickly. Let's say I just wanted to see paintings. I can click that and it'll only show me paintings. And if I wanted to go see specific location information, I could click here on corporate headquarters, and it's going to filter just those works that are in corporate headquarters. Getting work into the system is as simple as clicking New. So when I click New, you'll see that the only required field in all of this is the title of the work. But we have countless other fields to help you further capture important details, and adding images can either be done by browsing to the folder they're in or simply dragging them and dropping here. So let's take a look at an individual work just to get an idea of the types of things you can capture and record in the system. In this particular case, we'll be looking at this particular Rousseau piece, and I can see the artist, the details, acquisition details up here, location, the current location, a location history. And over on the right, I can also see maintenance history, which is very useful for tracking the true cost of ownership of a work and is something that's often overlooked. You can also see that there's an additional files feature that allows you to store documents related to a particular work of art, a contact, or a location. And in this particular case, you can see that there is a scan of a certificate of authenticity that was provided to us by the artist. So two quick notes before moving on. Everything in the system is relational, and it comes with a full contact management system as well as location management. Just to show you an example of this, let's look at the appraisal history. In this case, I can click on a particular appraiser, and I can see that not only did she appraise this work, but she's also appraised works in the past. And this is going to hold true for when you're clicking on the maintenance company or any contact you have. And this means you always can record and refer back to who you bought a piece from, who you donated it to, who appraised it, who worked on it, etc. And you have full control over how you group your contacts as well. Similarly, you can always get details on individual locations. So if I were to click on a particular location and want to get details there, I could see what work is there, the value of the work there, and we'll cover this a bit later. You'll also notice once again the additional files feature is here for a particular location, and in this particular case I've got a building floor plan, which can be helpful. So back to Pieces again, and I just want to quickly run through some of the most popular reports that the system can generate while I'm here. And the system can generate a number of different reports that can be used to help give you better insights on your own business, save you time, and create documentation that can be used for accounting or insurance purposes. We're going to start with the inventory report, which is one of the most commonly used reports in the system. And it's a quick and easy way to put together a catalog complete with a thumbnail and detailed information about your work. And we see this report used a lot in insurance and accounting purposes. So when I want to access a report or create a report, I click on inventory report in this case, I can give it a custom name, and then you can see that I have a number of different options. I can include my company logo, I can include summary details, all of these data fields. And then you'll recognize the filtering system here as well. This allows me to once again use our powerful filtering system to get to the information I want quickly so I can add things over. So if I just wanted to do a report on corporate headquarters, I can just add these pieces over and then click Generate a Report. Any reports that are generated in the system go to the Report section, and you're going to see that there's a little triangle on the side that allows you to view the report, download the report, copy the URL, or share the report. So let's take a quick look at what an inventory report looks like. It's got the summary details up here, as well as the thumbnail, and then the details that I had selected on the right. The portfolio page is another popular report, and it works similarly to the inventory report. The main difference is the portfolio page puts much more focus on the image versus the details, and is great for creating catalogs for the collection, as well as presentations. The system also makes it easy to generate a number of other reports that I'm just going to give you a quick run through. So there are location-specific reports. If I were to go to my location, let's click corporate headquarters in this case and click reports. If I did an inventory report here, this would generate a location-specific inventory report. And this is great when inventorying the collection and determining how the collection is distributed. You can also do general overviews, which will show you where works are. There's also a sales and donation report. So if I were to click here and run a report, I can do year by year or specific date ranges and get a complete breakdown. And this comes in really handy during tax season. Lastly, we make it really easy to generate things like wall labels or custom labels that you can use for display and or shipping or storage. So if I click here on wall labels, I can also select which type, which Avery format if you happen to be using that, whether or not I want to include a border if you're not using Avery templates, as well as some other design options. And once again, the filtering process allows me to create those reports quickly. So I'd like to go over a few more features before getting into some of the most commonly asked questions. So let's just run down this navigation bar here on the left. The location tab will take you to a full overview of your locations. Here you can run reports and dive into details on an individual location. In this case, you can see various works at this particular location, the total value of the works, and any contacts or files associated. And as I showed you before, this one, it looks like we have a building floor plan. The Schedule tab can be used to manage all manner of things. And in addition to all of your location-related information like consignment returning or loans expiring, you can also use it to track and schedule the follow-up with contacts or maintenance companies you work with. And you can see any of the upcoming reminders can be synced with the calendar, and you'll also get an email reminder sent to your inbox. The Sales tab tracks any sales and donations that are made over time, and the Maintenance tab is where you can go see all maintenance-related information, as well as gather information on total cost of maintenance for a particular work or the collection as a whole. And lastly, Insights has some more details and visual representations on the collection that give you a different type of overview and can help make informed, data-driven decisions. One of the things I did not cover on this demo is the public profile. It's actually one of our most popular features and is a great way to showcase your collection to the outside world. All of your data is private by default, but in the event you'd like to share your collection, you could do so with a click of a button by going to your public settings. You can also integrate this public profile with your own website and avoid double entry, and this has been an incredibly popular feature, especially for those of you with public art. You can even embed particular collections and pieces on the website on specific pages, which is also very handy. So I know we've sped through a lot of this, but I want to try to touch on most of the general features so you got a better feel for how to use Artwork Archive to manage your own collections. And when we announced we were going to do this webinar, we had a few questions come in that I wanted to address before we wrap up. One of the most common questions we received is, what if I'm coming from another system? And the short answer here is that we offer all of our organization customers a free import and transition people from all types of systems on a daily basis. We provide a template that conforms to almost all major systems and work with you on how to get that information transferred over. This is obviously a major time saver and makes the transition process a lot smoother. Another very common question is, what are you doing to keep my data safe? So we've got over $2 billion of art being managed on Artwork Archive, and data integrity and security have been a critical part of our existence from the start. Our systems are fully redundant, we use enterprise-level servers, and all traffic to and from the site is encrypted. How many people are required to manage Artwork Archive? This is really a common question from those coming from antiquated or overly complex systems. And given how much priority is put on ease of use with our system, we have found that in most cases an individual can manage even the most robust collections. We've also received countless questions regarding additional fees, user cost, and other pricing related questions. And we have very intentionally taken a different approach than many other solutions in this space in that all of our pricing is fixed and transparent. We do not care how many devices you connect with. This is all seamless with our program. We also don't charge for upgrades and never have. We constantly interact with our customer base, and as a result, the product is constantly improving. All of the upgrades appear in your account without any need to pay for an upgrade or a new product. What happens if we go out of business? Another key differentiator for us is the fact that you can download all of your information at any time with ease. We do not want customers that are with us because they feel trapped. We want people using us because they feel they're getting real and genuine value. You can also cancel at any time and get a prorated refund, no questions asked. So I want to thank everyone for taking the time to learn more about Artwork Archive and encourage you to reach out with any questions. For those wanting a more personal demonstration, please send an email to info@artworkarchive.com, and myself or one of the team will be happy to provide that for you. And thanks again for taking the time, and have a wonderful day.